I believe that love is not something we do, it's not something we give, it's not even something we receive, but it's truly our beingness. It's a state of being. And when we are in our own authentic state of being, then we naturally will give love. We will naturally receive love. We naturally will do acts of love. And so, my mission on this planet is to bring all of us back into a state of love, a state of unconditional love. And so, if you're here for it, if you want to dive deep into unconditional love, if you're ready for the world to awaken to unconditional love, I invite you to put in the comments unconditional love. Tell me that you're here. Tell me that you're ready. Say ready, unconditional love. And I'm going to just try to lead us home today. So today we are going to be talking about the uncertainty of the times that we're in right now and how we can continue to keep our heart open and we can continue to love. And I'm really excited. Just a little bit of announcement. So I just opened up a nonprofit, and the nonprofit is called Sacred Home Foundation. And Sacred Home Foundation is going to give both parents the financial freedom to stay home with their children the first 3 years of life. And so we're very early in the process. We're very new in this process. We just officially launched the organization. We are working on the 1023 form. If you know what that is or you don't know what it is, it's a big, huge, long government form to make sure that we're in good standing. And so, while today is not about parenthood, it's not about sacred home, all of the donations, if you feel led today, if your heart is feeling this today, all donations will go towards Sacred Home Foundation to give both parents the financial freedom, the education, and the community support to stay home with their child for up to the first 3 years of their life without the financial restraints, without having to work a 9 to 5. And so I'm going to leave it at that because today's workshop is not about that, but we will be doing a workshop on that later in the month. So if you're excited about that, tell me, and you can keep your eye out for that live when we come. So today we are talking all about how to keep our hearts open, how to feel into love when everything around us is shifting and everything around us is changing. And I just want to start off by just setting the goal that we're not bypassing reality. I don't want to bypass it. I feel like there's so many people in the spiritual community that bypass all that's going on. But what I do want to do is I want to help us return back to love anyways. I want to help us to return back to love when there's war going on, when fires are being released, when politics are going on. And I'm not going to get into politics today. I think there's enough politics that are going on around. But I'm just going to say, you know what's going on in the world. You know what's happening. AI is taking over. There's so many beautiful and scary things that are shifting in the world right now. And so I want to bring us back into the heart. I want to bring us back into love. And so before we begin, I want to invite you to just close down your eyes for just a moment. And I want to invite you to just place your hands on your heart. Like actually place your hands on your heart. And close down your eyes. And just start to breathe. And breathing into your heart. And breathe out of your heart. Taking another deep breath into your heart. Taking another deep breath out of your heart. And continue to breathe into the heart with every inhale, opening and expanding it. And with every exhale, breathing out any pain, any sadness, any anger, any fear. And just allow yourself to really just land here in this moment. Knowing that there's nothing you need to do, there's nothing you need to be, but to just be you. To be you, just as you are, just as you are feeling, just as you are experiencing. Breathing into the heart. And breathe out. Filling up your heart with a beautiful white light. Imagine a white light just completely taking over your heart. A ray of light shining into your heart. Lighting up all of the spaces that need filled with love. Allowing the light to melt away any pain, any hurt, any fear. And allowing the light to just open the heart. Reminding yourself that your heart has been beating since you were in the womb of your mother. Never once has your heart stopped beating. As you've gone about your life, as you've experienced your greatest joys, your greatest happiness, your greatest celebrations, as well as your greatest pains, your most fearful moments, your greatest anger, your heart still continued to beat for your aliveness. Feel into that love, that unconditional love that your heart has for you. That no matter where you were, no matter what you felt, no matter what you experienced, your heart loves you so unconditionally that it continued and still continues to beat for you. Feel into that. And allow that light and that love to now come back into your whole being now. Shining that light from your heart throughout your whole being. Through your body, your vessel, your mind, your soul, your spirit. Loving yourself unconditionally with compassion, with kindness, with peace. Reminding yourself to love yourself as your heart loves you. Continuing to beat for you. And then finally, when you feel so filled with love, when you feel so filled with light, I invite you now to send this light, this beating of the heart, the rhythm of life, the frequency of life, the buzzing that surrounds you. Send this light and send this love out into the whole entire world. Moving out of your home, your neighborhood, touching every person, every place, every environment, every animal. Sending unconditional love and compassion out through the state or province you're in, out through the country and the globe. And imagine all of Earth shining like a light bulb or a golden sun, allowing this light to represent unconditional love, compassion. And breathe into that. And breathe out. For this right here, just this simple meditation, this simple prayer, this simple visualization, these simple words that I'm speaking that you're hearing, is exactly and the only thing that you actually need to do to overcome the fear of the word, the fear of all that is arising on the earth right now, to help you to come back to unconditional love, to help the word to come back to unconditional love, to awaken the heart, coming back into the heart, remembering that the heart has been beating since you were in the womb of your mother. That's unconditional love. And then giving the unconditional love back to yourself. And then shining that light out into the world. All through the earth. For this is how it's done. This is how we shine unconditional love to the world. In the most simple form. So starting here. Feeling this into your heart. And then when you are ready, I invite you to just slowly breathe your way back into this space. Back into this workshop. Notice what you feel in your heart, in your body, all around you. Notice what you taste. Notice what you hear. Notice what you smell. And then when you are ready, slowly opening up your eyes and coming back into this space. Welcome back, beautiful souls. Welcome back. Let me know in the comments, how did that feel? What are you experiencing? What are you feeling? Hello, Swiss. I'm going to say hello to some of you guys. Hello, Swiss. I see you. Hello, Amy. I see you. Let me know. How are you feeling? How is your heart feeling? Hello, Teresa. Hello, Jeffrey. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Emily. Hello, Howard. Hello, Judy. Hello, Adela. Hello, Mary. If I say your name, tell me hello. Tell me how you're feeling. Hello, Zoe. Hello, Flora. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Jana. Hello, Matt. Hello, Fabio. Hello, Renee. Hello, Emily. Hello, Max G. If I missed you, it doesn't mean that I don't love you. It means that those are the only names I see on the screen. So I'm curious. I invite you guys to talk to me. How are you feeling right now? Openly, honestly, about the state of the world in your own personal life, in the own external world. What is life feeling like for you? And I want to remind you that there's no right way to feel. There's no wrong way to feel. It's just observation of what you're experiencing. And that when you know what you don't want, you know more clearly what you do want. And this is unconditional love. So when you are feeling angry, when you feel triggered, when you see something going on in the world that you don't agree with, right? I'm not getting into politics right now, but when you see stuff going on with other countries, or the president, or AI, or files have been released, or whatever's going on, or your personal life, right? Whatever is going on that is shaking you. I lost my train of thought. Oh, I got it. When all of these things are going on and you feel uneasy, when you feel angry, when you feel frustrated, when you feel sad, it's a reminder of the feeling that you do want. So when life triggers you, when life angers you, when life saddens you, it reminds you that you stand for a mission of something better than you're experiencing, that you're standing for something better than you're seeing, that you're standing for something better than you're hearing, right? When you are feeling triggered by something outside of you, I want to invite you to come back into the love of knowing that the reason in which you're feeling anger, the reason that you're feeling sadness, the reason that you're feeling frustrated, the reason that you're feeling uneasy is because you stand for something bigger, something better. And that is love. That is unconditional love. Right now, the world feels loud. Those global events, those uncertainty, those division, there's radical shifts. And the truth is, many of us are living in a chronic stress response. And I just want to normalize it first off. If you feel off, it makes sense. It's not you. So much is shifting. And the truth is, none of us know where the world is going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And it's scary. And it can also be exciting, because it also can mean that something new is on the horizon. Something better is on the horizon. And I am truly someone that believes that the world is what we make it. I truly believe, you can think about it in two different ways, and not even just a woo-woo sense. But when people talk about creating their reality, you can think about it as you are literally creating your reality. Or you can choose to see it as you are creating the feeling response. You are creating your own internal reality of how you see the world. And I truly believe that if we believe that the world is going to get better, then it will. I believe that we all have our own perceptions, and what we think about is what we then speak about, and then what we speak about becomes our habits, and then our habits become our actions, and we create the world that we're living in. The world outside of you, things that are happening outside of you, while they may trigger you, while they may have an emotional response, it doesn't have to define your life, how you're living your life. You can have compassion for the things outside of you and still you can see what's going on externally, while also keeping yourself in a state of calm, a state of rest, a state of love. And so I want to remind you, let me know if that resonates. Let me know if that doesn't. When we are feeling feel in our body, it's a way of our body telling us that it's trying to protect us. When we are feel actively, it's our body telling us that it's craving certainty. It's reminding us again of what we love, what we want, and what we need. And so I want to invite you that every time you feel rising up in your body, in your heart, to treat that as love and bring that back to love, because it's telling you again, I'm going to repeat myself 10 more times, that is reminding you of what you do prefer, what you do want, what you do need, what the world needs. And that's love. Feel doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It means that you want safety, that you want certainty, that you want goodness, that you want kindness, that you want love. So often we feel and it causes us to feel like love is hard. But the truth is that when we're in a state of feel, it ends up narrowing our heart, and it narrows our mind. It creates this othering. It creates this criticism, this shutdown, this reactivity. when we don't feel safe, we feel at risk. And I want to bring us again back into the heart to remind us that I believe, my core belief system, and it's going to sound so cliche, but the only thing to feel is feel itself. I'm going to repeat that again. The only thing to feel is feel itself without love. Without love. So bringing love into every single moment. You know, there's so many things that are going on right now in the world, and it's so easy for others to feel lack of love towards everyone. And I want to tell you, and I promise you this, I promise with every part of my being, that we can unconditionally love others the way that we unconditionally love our children. Do I have any mothers? Do I have any fathers here? Put that in the comments. That we are able to love others the way we love our children. We can get to that point of unconditional love. Because everyone outside of us is a reflection of us. They're all a reflection of us. And I believe that true love, true unconditional love, is not condoning behavior. It's not violating boundaries. It's not closing our eyes to, the coldness or the darkness of the world. But it's having compassion. Compassion. True unconditional love is compassion. True unconditional love is saying, I see you're struggling. I see you having this life experience. And no, that's not my walk. No, that's not my life. No, I don't approve of what you're doing. But I have compassion for you. Because however you're acting, whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing it because you feel fear. Because you feel anger. Because you feel sadness. Because you have trauma. And so you're trying to hurt other people. For example, people who are hurting other people are hurting other people because they're hurting themselves. No one who feels loved, no one who feels wanted, no one who feels adored, no one who feels cherished can hurt anybody else. Hurt people, hurt people. If you're seeing other people hurting other people, it's because they're hurting themselves. It's because they're lacking love themselves. It's because they're not loving themselves and they're feeling like the world outside of them isn't loving them. This need to be in power is a need to be in control, because lack of control feels unsafe, it feels uncertain, and it causes others to feel unloved. And love, I promise you, love is the only thing in this world that's going to save us, that's going to save humanity. Love is what stops people from killing each other. Love is what stops people from raping each other. Love is what's going to help the earth to become clean again. Love is what powers the goodness of the world. And only when you can feel love first for yourself, it has to. And this was the hardest, I'm going to be completely honest, this was the hardest thing for me to grasp until my mid-20s. It took me until my mid-20s to finally grasp the idea of self-love. I was someone, it's okay for me to share a little personal about my heart and my soul. I was someone that was always looking for love outside of me. I always wanted to be married. I always wanted partnership. I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to love others. I wanted others to love me. And I remember when I was 29 years old, if you've been with me, you might have heard me say this before, but one of my loves, when we were in separation, said to me, Jenna, the world is going to keep sending you people who don't love you until you get the clue to love yourself. And so often we try, especially as light workers, especially as service people, we try to give love. We try to give love because we believe that if we give love, we're going to feel love. But a lot of times, the truth is, we give love because we're really just trying to feel that love for ourselves that we don't feel for ourselves. We believe that if we give other people love, that they'll give us love back, and then we'll feel filled with love. But you know what? It doesn't work. You have to love yourself. You have to be able to stand naked in front of a mirror and proclaim to yourself, I love myself. I love my body. I love my heart. I love my soul. I love my spirit. Yeah, I made that mistake yesterday. Yeah, I'm not proud of that. Yeah, I'm not proud of the words that I used. But you know what? I love her. I love him. I love that person that spoke those words that were unkind, because that version of me was standing for something that they believed in. They had a desire, they had a goal. And so, yeah, those words weren't pretty, but they were standing for something. And I love that. You have to be able to first love yourself unconditionally before you can love anyone else unconditionally. And when you can love yourself unconditionally, then you can love everyone outside of you unconditionally. And again, it comes back to compassion. I'm going to repeat it again. Compassion. 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 Let that resonate. Let that sink in. Unconditional love is compassion. It's not saying that what you're doing is right. It's not saying that what you're doing is even loving. But it's saying, I see you. I see you as another aspect of me. I see that you're acting in the way that you're acting because you feel like you have no other choice of what to do. That is what is unconditional love. Is this resonating? Put it in the chat. Talk to me, people. Say hello. Say resonating. Say love. Say not landing. Say not working. Talk to me. Be here with me, guys. I'm passionate about this. The hardest people to love in this world, okay? And I want you to just take a moment, and I want you to be honest with yourself, okay? You don't even have to tell me, you don't even have to comment, but I want you to ask yourself for a moment of feeling, who is someone that you are struggling to love? Maybe this is someone in your personal life. Maybe this is someone externally. Feel into your heart. Who is it that is hard to love? Everyone can name someone. And I want you to just, for a moment, just feel in and play their life. I want you to just imagine just for a moment that you are them living their life. Maybe you know their life personally. Maybe you're just making up a scenario of what you think their life might look like. And as you imagine this person, noticing how it feels to be this person, to put yourself in their shoes. Imagine all of the joy that this person may have, or the happiness that this person may have. And then feel into all of the pain that this person may have, all of the sadness, the anger, the responsibility, the trauma that this person might have. And from this place, now notice how you feel about them. Putting yourself in their shoes, imagining what life is like for them and all of their joys and all of their hardship. Notice how your heart is softening as you notice that they too have pain. They too have hurt. And that they're doing only what they believe is best. They feel that there is no other way. And if they knew the other way, if they knew the other road to take, then they would take it. Breathe compassion into this person. And maybe just imagine now that you come back into your body and those standing in front of you. And just say to them, I have compassion for you. I have compassion. I see you. I felt you. I feel you. I hear you. Maybe you're not even ready to say I love you, and that's okay. But say I have compassion for you. And notice how that shifts. And in time, as you continue to practice this, putting yourself in other people's shoes of what their life might look like, you will then start to feel love. And then unconditional love. So I invite you to come back into the space if you aren't back yet. This is how we find unconditional love for others. Again, it first has to come from a sense of self. We first have to do that exercise with ourselves. We first have to have compassion and kindness for ourselves of when we fall from grace. Not just when we're looking in the mirror, we're saying, I'm looking good. I like my hair. I like my makeup. Not just in those moments. But those moments when we're looking in the mirror, we're saying, you know what? I'm really disappointed in myself. Those are the moments that you say, you know what? Yeah, I'm disappointed. And I still love myself unconditionally. And then externally, we can see those people that are hard to love. And we can say the same. I said that today. I actually said that to my mom today. I love my mom. I love my mom. And sometimes I feel a little bit of disappointment towards her, for her. But you know what? I have compassion for my mom. And I probably love my mom more than anyone. Because when we know what we don't want, we know more clearly what we do want. And the truth is, and this is what most people aren't ready to hear, but I'm going to say it anyways. Usually the person that's the hardest to love, that we have the hardest time loving, is actually the person we love the most. Because we're using the hatred, the hurt, as a protection mechanism to love, because we're scared that if we open up our hearts, we're going to get hurt. But I want to remind you that I know you already know this. That you can close down your heart. You can choose to close down your heart. But when you close down your heart, yes, you will protect yourself from being hurt. Yes, you will protect yourselves from other people hurting you. But you're also protecting yourselves from other people loving you. When you close down your heart, you're not just closing down the pain, you're also closing down the love. It's like doors. Love can't come in. Pain can't come in. Hurt can't come in. They can't hurt you. But they also can't love you. And the reason that you close down your heart is because you actually want love. You want love. So it's about being fearless, coming back to today in a time of fear and uncertainty, opening up the fear and becoming fearless and saying, you know what? No matter what happens to me personally, no matter what happens to me professionally, no matter what happens to the world, no matter what happens to the globe, I'm fearlessly going to still keep my heart open. I'm still going to wish goodness and compassion and love and kindness to the world, because I have nothing to lose. What's the worst thing that happens to you? You die. Let's be honest. Not to get dark, but the worst thing that happens is you die. And if you die, is it that bad? You just become more of who you really are. Love. Unconditional love, soul and spirit, and you connect back with the oneness of all that is. Because my belief, and take what resonates and throw away what doesn't, but I don't believe that we're separate. I believe that we are one soul in many bodies, living many different lives, having many different human experiences, all playing a game of separation. But this game, this is my truth, I believe that we're just in a video game of separation, and the mission, how we win this game, is to come back to love, come back to unity, and remind each other, you are me living a different body and a human experience, and I love you, and I see you, and I appreciate you, and I'm proud of you, and I'm grateful for you, and I adore you, and I'm going to help lead you home, and you're going to help lead me home, and together all of us are going to come back together to lead each other back to love, lead each other back to unity, to celebrate each other's differences, to celebrate each other's similarities. It is the time of awakening. People keep saying that, and I want you to hear that. You are awakening to the remembrance that we all bleed red. We are all one. We all want love. Everybody, if you don't want love, tell me in the comments you don't want love. If you do want love, tell me in the comments you want love. I want you to say it. Say, I want love. And you also want to give love. So to receive love, to give love, you have to be love. You have to be the loving being that you are, because that's all that you are. You are a being of love. You were made in love. You were born in love. You're going to go through your life being and acting and receiving and doing love. It's how you came into this world. It's how you were born into this world. It's how you moved into this world. And it's how you're going to end in this world. Literally speaking, tell me if this is resonating. Talk to me, people. But you were literally made by what? Your parents making love. We call it making love for a reason. You take the sperm and you take the egg, and together you create a human being in love, the light. What if that orgasm is just the light of love coming together to create who you are? And then you're birthed, and right when you were born, your mother holds you in unconditional love and looks you in the eyes and says, I love you. I love you unconditionally. And you feel that love. And then you move through your life looking for that love that you felt when you were first born. And then hopefully when you pass on, that you're surrounded by all of the people who love you, who you loved. We are on a mission of love. I believe in love. If you haven't noticed, love is who we are. Love is what we are. Thank you, Jude. Jude messaged. She said, yes, it resonates for sure, Gemma. Gemma. I love the name Gemma, by the way. Maybe if I ever have a daughter. I love what you're saying, and thank you for this beautiful reminder spoken so wholeheartedly. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And so, yes, the word henna. We can go with henna, too. That works. Gemma, henna is all love. And so, yes, the word is uncertain. But the one thing that's not uncertain is love. It's love. And so, in the next few months, things are going to be shifting. Things are going to be changing. And so I want to remind you to help yourself to return to love by step 1. First, regulate yourself. Regulate your body. Take some exhales, hands on your heart, just like we began. And then start to have clarity in your mind, in your heart, in your soul of who you are, of what you want, what you stand for, what you want your life to look like. And then choose love. Choose love for self. Choose love for home. Choose love for the world. Choose love for people. Love is a practice. It's a practice. It's a practice. You have to choose to practice it every day. And so as we step into, there's a lot of fear of change that's happening right now, just come back to love. Come back to unity. Remind yourself that everything is happening because there's someone out there who stands for love. And so I want to pause here for a moment. I just want to pause and take all of this in for just one moment. And then I want to invite you, if you have any questions, if you have any feelings, if you have anything to share, to put in the comments. I want to take some questions and some answers, if anyone has any. What questions do you have? What are you feeling? What are you experiencing? What are your fears? Be open, be honest. You are safe here. If you find that someone is hard to love, I want to bring you to the idea that there's always one thing to love about someone. There's always one thing. So even if it's just as simple as, I love their shoes. That's where it starts. A little bit of love creates a lot of love. So, what questions? What do you feel? Put it in the comments. I'm going to take a couple minutes of questions. Before, I'm a mom. For those that don't know me. By the way, let me know in the chat, is there anyone who is new here with me? Is there anyone returning? Let me just gauge where we're at right now. Who's been with me before, put returning. If you're new, put new. But I've been on this mission of unconditional love for a very long time. And people always said to me, Jenna, you won't know love until you have a child. And then I had a child. And I remember thinking, okay, this is my test. This is my test to see, do I really know unconditional love? And yes, I love my child unconditionally. Yes, it's the most beautiful love you will ever experience. And even with being a mom, I still claim to the Lord that you can love others as unconditionally as you do your child. Because my truth is, I love others as unconditionally as I love my child. It's not different. It's not. It feels different because it feels like responsibility. I feel like I have responsibility being a mom. But you can love everyone as unconditionally as you love your child. And I'm here to stand and remind everyone of that. So, thank you for the new people. If you're new, I invite you to follow me. Like I just said, I am a mom, and I'm slowly coming back to work. I took off some time to be fully with my son. And now Insight Time was actually making a bunch of changes on here in those videos that they're going to allow videos on the dashboard. I don't know when that's going to happen, but with that is going to come a lot of new stuff from me. Everything that I do, every workshop that I do, every meditation that I do is by request from you guys. And so today's live was a request that others had made. And so if there's anything that you guys would like, any subjects you guys would like, any workshops, any meditations, please, any courses, let me know. And I just want to tell you guys a little bit about what's going on in my dashboard and today. So I opened up, if you were at the beginning, I announced that I just opened up a nonprofit called Sacred Home Foundation. And Sacred Home Foundation helps fund both parents, not just the mom, but the mom and the dad both, to stay home with their child for up to the first 3 years of life without financial worry. And so we're in the very early steps of opening up the nonprofit, but any donations that we receive today will go towards helping families to do that. Because when we're talking about love, the greatest love you ever have, love is taught, love is learned by the love of the parents. And so you will recognize that those that are the hardest to love are the ones who felt the most unloved by their parents. And so I really geek out in how the first 7 years of life influence and create who you're going to become for the rest of your life. But most importantly, love. How you love, how you receive love, how you give love, how you do love. The first 7 years of life will create your love and your relationships and your habits and your patterns for how you love, the amount of money you have, your health, for the rest of your life. And so it is the foundation. And so I'm on a mission to help parents to love their children, to be home with their children, to teach their children, to guide their children. And so if today resonated and you would like to leave a donation, that donation will fully go towards that fundraiser or go towards a nonprofit. We're fundraising for the nonprofit so that more parents can stay home with their kids. So there's that. And then if you are in a breakup, if you're going through an uncoupling right now and you're feeling hurt or your heart is feeling just a little bit dense, I want to invite you to my course, Heal Heartbreak, Find Love. This course is designed to help those who are going through an uncoupling to find love and to manifest the love of your life. If you are in a relationship and you love your partner and you want your partner and you're just sitting there and thinking, how do I make this relationship work? How do I come back to love? How do I come back into joy? How do I come back into pleasure? I want to invite you to check out my course, Heal Harmonizing Relationships, on the dashboard. And then I want to also invite you guys to Harmonizing Words, the Art of Conscious Communication. So I believe this one is for everyone. I believe that the state of your life, the success of your life is the success of the way in which you communicate. Everything is communication. Verbal communication, physical communication, psychic communication, everything is communication. And so I invite you guys to check those out. And then lastly, I have a chakra course, Heal. And I also have a course called How to Love Unconditionally that was created over a year ago that I've been trying to upload onto the dashboard. But I've been having a little bit of a hard time doing that because it was originally created outside of Insight Timer for on video. And so now the Insight Timer is going to allow video. I'm thinking about just waiting until that gets launched to just launch the video format of the course. So stay tuned for that. And then again, guys, I just want to thank you guys so much. Thank you for trusting me. Like truly thank you for spending your time here with me today, for trusting me with your heart, with your soul, with your spirit. I understand that we really are in uncertain times right now. I understand that there's a lot of fear that's going on. I understand that there's a lot of pain. I understand that people don't know what's going to happen. So many new things are rising to the surface. We really are in this season of disclosure. So many things are being disclosed, so many lies that have been told for years. And again, I don't want to get into politics, but I understand there's a lot of uncertainty. AI is taking over, and you either love AI or you hate AI. To be honest, I actually really do love AI. But it's scary. It's scary when, AI is going to take over jobs, and we don't know where life's going to take us as parents. It's scary. But I want to remind you that when you stay in love, when you stay true to the love that you are and what you stand for and what you believe in and what you know to be true for you, for your family, for your friends, for your inner circle, for the world, that love will save us all. I promise you, love will save us all. And so if you guys are interested in, working with me one-on-one, I invite you guys to message me to check out more of my work here on Insight Timer, or you can check me out on YouTube. You can message me, email me. I do one-on-one mentoring and so much more. So If today resonated with you guys, again, all donations go towards the Sacred Home Foundation. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much. I just want to close this down by asking us to come back into the heart, placing your hands on your heart. Take a deep breath into your heart. Take a deep breath out through your heart. And just notice how you feel now versus how you felt at the beginning. Notice if your heart is more open, more expansive. And then just bowing down with me. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys. And now I'm going to go kiss my baby. Bye, guys. I love you.